Yeah, we're here with your boy Jay Music.
Yes, yes.
He got a new album out, Bottles in the Air.
Yes,
So we're here in the
yes.
studio. Take the time to ask him a couple questions.
No doubt, no
Get a
doubt.
feel for him and what he stands for and where he's going.
Yes,
So
yes.
I understand you're an up and coming artist, right?
Right, yes.
So so I'm going to start off with the first question. Where did you grow up? Where did it all start?
Well, I grew up in Rochester, New York, on the east side of town. But I floated around. I've been to, I lived in Orange County, California. Then I ended up going to Atlanta, Georgia, Decatur, DeKalb County. I did a lot of writing as a youth, though. I started at the age of 14, doing a lot of writing, and from there it just went ham from there, man.
Yeah, I could see it. A little traveling, a little inspiration. Build a foundation.
No doubt.
So on that foundation note, where did you? What's your biggest influence?
I would say my biggest influence was the struggle. The biggest influence was the struggle. Me growing up, living in poverty, and going through hardship, man. Living in a house with one parent, not no father figure. That really, you need two parents in your life, man. And that right there started it for me, so I kind of took to the streets, and me taking to the streets, kind of developed something, and kind of developed like a hard heart. I developed a hard heart. And then after that, I just started to vent, and me venting, turned into poetry, and poetry turned into lyrics.
Okay, so that's nice. That's a nice deep story. We see a lot of people, that go through struggles and they feel a need to express themselves. And what better way to do it than through music?
Right,
people
right,
can
right.
relate to that struggle because we got a lot of youth nowadays that are struggling. So
Right.
I feel like that's a big important factor.
Absolutely.
So with all the struggles and the emotional hardships in your upbringing, would you say that there were any musical leaders or figures that influenced your passion for music now?
Absolutely, man. There's major artists. I can name a few, and then I'll just narrow it down to one. I mean, Nas. You got Nas, Nasty Nas, very official, very influential artist. You got Styles P, who's a monster. You got Jay-Z. You got your boy Eminem, Busta Rhymes, Biggie Smalls, and the King himself, Tupac Shakur. I mean, you can't forget those guys, but definitely who was an influential artist to me, I would have to say, and I would have to narrow it down to my boy Nas. When you're dealing with the albums Stillmatic, Illmatic, I Am. I Am was an album that hit me hard. He came through with many albums before that, but I Am was an album that really hit home for me. And that actually allowed me to tap into my craft as an artist.
Okay, perfect. So on that same token, what sets you apart from the other artists that you see? What makes your music different? What's your niche?
Well, I would have to say what sets me apart from the modern day artists that are out right now is honestly, I would have to say, I'm more creative. I'm original, and I come with original flow. I don't use a lot of auto tune in my music. I'm not against auto tune. I'm not anti auto tune. But I mean, nowadays you hear like a lot of auto tune, and it's not authentic as a person just getting behind a microphone and just speaking and expressing a pain without all the extra effects.
Yeah. So you wanna bring the music back to square roots, back to the home base.
Correct.
You wanna bring the art back to the music.
Correct.
The soul, and try to leave all of the technologies out of the equation. You wanna
Yes.
just make it genuine, authentic, you know, and original.
Absolutely.
And I can feel that.
Absolutely.
So, you know, what inspiration would you say that did your lyrics drive? You know, where do your lyrics stem from?
Well, I would have to say my lyrics stems from my pain. Me going through the things that I went through as a child. Being incarcerated. And living in poverty, growing up in the hood. Where things wasn't pleasant. And not being able to express myself uh, at that particular time as a youth. Um, Now I'm able to express myself the way I need to express myself, but at growing up, I wasn't able to do that. So I would say that that's the thing that drives me going through those trials and tribulations as a youth. That's what keeps me going, and that's what makes the music inspiring and real, because I write from my heart.
Yeah, so that's good because that drives home the feeling that the youth that are suffering from similar problems that you speak about in your lyrics, you know, it drives home that they're not alone. You know, someone to relate to. You know, bring a positive spin on a difficult time in your life. You know, I think it's important to bring encouragement in this time and days where the youth are going through a lot of difficulty with social media and all that. So I think it's an important aspect to relate to your audience.
Hmm.
So you've had a lot going for you now these couple last few days.
Yes, yes,
Working on a new hit single,
yes,
Battles in the Air. You're working
yes.
with Jaffa Image Studios
Congrats to them.
to make a new video
Yes,
for your debut, which should be coming out shortly.
absolutely.
So I'd have to say, what was your experience with working with them?
Oh man, I mean, it was an amazing experience working with Jaffa Images. I mean, you got my boy Noah, you got Ferdy. And they work as a team. It was an amazing experience working with them. Everything they did was very professional. Certain things that I didn't have in place, they put in place. So I was very appreciative of the things that they filled in for me that I did not have in place. And I definitely enjoyed the experience working with them.
So you feel like they definitely provided comfort and made it an easy experience to film with them, and they brought a sense of ease and comfort knowing that you were in good hands. You felt like you definitely
Absolutely.
chose the right team to do this video for you.
Absolutely. I will work with them again.
As this new hit single gets in the air, it'll bring attention your way.
Yeah,
Is there
yeah.
any artists that interest you to work with or collab with?
Hmm. If I had the option to collab with any artist,
Sort of.
again, I would have to go back to my boy Nas. If I had that opportunity, I grew up listening to Nas. I mean, I grew up listening to Nas, Eazy-E, and Tupac. But as you know, both of them Eazy-E and Tupac are deceased. So the last one that's alive out of the three is Nas. So I would definitely prefer to work with Nas. Out of any artist that's relevant today.
Okay, you heard it here first. Nas, if you're listening, check your boy out. Let's see if we can do some collabing sometime.
No doubt.
And
Always ready.
yeah, so with this new adventure and this new excitement, the debut release, all happening today, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
It's a good question, man. Honestly, I'm just living for today. Trying to make the best out of the morning so I can break bread with the afternoon. And I'm just being patient, man. So whatever happens, happens, man. You know, so right now I'm just living for today, you know, and just praying for success.
Okay, I feel you. You know, just taking it one day at a time. You know, tomorrow's never promised, so you know, just work on today, focus on today,
No
and
doubt.
then when tomorrow comes, you'll focus on tomorrow. You
No
know, I
doubt.
feel that.
No
I can
doubt.
relate.
No doubt.
So, you know, final question: is there any advice you would give to up and coming artists? Anything you would want to say to them to encourage them and push them in the right direction?
My first words would be stay sucker free. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, stay to yourself, you know, don't get caught up in the hype, you know, because as an artist, when you're putting out videos, when you're doing interviews, and when you're making money, you know, people looking at you, you know, and they're seeing the limelight, you know, and you know, you're going to get, you know, so many people that's going to want to be in your position, you know. So my advice to you would be, you know, stay away from the haters, whether it's a female or a male. You know, you're going to have females that's going to want to jump on the bandwagon, and that's going to want to get with you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to decipher who's good and who was bad. You know what I mean? And that goes with females or males. So, you know, and you got to focus on your craft. You got to focus on what you're good at. And when you focus on what you're good at, everything else will fall in place. You ain't got to worry about females. You ain't got to worry about money. You ain't got to worry about cars. You ain't got to worry about a luxury home. You ain't got to worry about nothing. When you focus on your craft, everything else will fall in place. When you start chasing everything else, that's when your life is going to crumble. So my advice is to just focus on your craft,
Yeah, well
and you'll
said.
be all right.
I like that. I like that. So you heard it here first, guys. This is J Music. Catch his new single, Bottles in the
talk.
Air. The new video coming out soon. Don't miss it. It's gonna be legit.
Hey.
It's gonna be legit. It's gonna
Hey.
be hot. The new best thing.
Early.
Up and coming artist, J Music.
585 representing.
Representing.
No doubt.
All right, bro. Take it easy.
Hey.
It was a pleasure to be here with you.
Love.
Thank you for taking the time
You already.
to answer these questions, bro.
No doubt.
All right.